difficult roads can often lead to a beautiful destination. I try to honor the fact that I've walked many different paths in my life. And so part of that is working in public education as a teacher and a principal. Part of that is being a dad to my son. I'm passionate about anything I do, and I want that passion to ooze out of every pore of my body. I want people to know that I care. I think the best phrase I could give to describe Caitlin is just a beautiful soul. I think sometimes people look for like their identity, like what should I do with my life? Like she wanted to be a kindergarten teacher ever since she was a little girl. She used to play school with her parents, give them homework assignments in the basement. For Caitlin, we only remembered the good times because that's all she ever showed people. In a world where there's a lot of, not great tendencies and qualities, every person I spoke to just gave the same message that this is one of the best people I ever met, and my life is better for having known her. So near the end, we did have conversations of what's most important for you. And as it started to unfold through those conversations, the idea of having remembrance and connection was powerful. Our son, Aaron, was young at the time, and he was able to read to both of us. He enjoyed reading. And the idea of him being able to possess and hold a stone and be able to read to that stone after she's gone is beautiful. And I always valued talking to her in the car driving to work. And so, being able to hold that stone in my hand as I talked was powerful. One of the things that I was worried about for Aaron when he lost Caitlin is he was young. He's a young kiddo. He's not the typical boy. He's incredibly bright, and his memory is off the charts. And so whereas I worried, would some of these memories not be lasting or solid, I can't tell you the number of times where his dialogue starts with, "Hey Dad, do you remember when?" And so I think sometimes for him, he is an individual, and he will hold the stone and he'll remember and think about those moments. And he doesn't oftentimes share them out loud with me, but I can tell there's such a significance in this special connection for him that he's always going to remember his mom, and he's always going to keep what this wonderful teacher taught him. And we oftentimes say, kids are collections of their adult parts, right? His soul is just such a reflection of Caitlin's just caring, kind, considerate self that sometimes I have to stop, and when I look at him, like, there it is, there she is, buddy. I see her in you. And I think that's a beautiful thing. There was definitely a competitive bond between us. And we definitely like to compete against each other in different ways. We can make a game out of something as small as who can throw a bundle of socks in the laundry basket. But I think beyond that, there was also just this support and wanting the other person to be successful, even if you had to sacrifice a little bit of yourself to help them reach their goals. One of the final conversations that Caitlin and I had, for whatever reason, was this idea of, I want you to do ninja again. And I didn't, at the time, I think, understand the significance that would come from doing that. I was retired, I was done, but I really wanted to try to honor her the best way I could. And so I almost became a little bit obsessed with training, trying to get ready for it. And I remember, standing on the starting block in years past where I just felt nervous and anxious and butterflies in my belly. And there was an element this year of holding that stone in my hand that made me feel like I wasn't alone. And the goal always was, if I was gonna hit a buzzer this year, I was gonna hit it because she told me to go. season 10, I hit the buzzer and I start just sobbing. I expected that to be the reaction when I hit it this year. And what happened was I hit the buzzer, I took the stone and I hit the buzzer and I just sat down. I didn't cry. I smiled. I saw the lights. I looked up. Saw so many other people crying, and I just felt like I did this beautiful thing to honor somebody one last time, and now it's forever. What I will say is, some of the best decisions I ever made was connecting with a grief share, building a support network around me, having friends that showed up. I think too, like one of the first holidays, one of my best friends said, "Hey, just so you know, you're my brother now. We're gonna go do Christmas and you're coming with us." And my thought was, like, what about gifts? Like, I don't have gifts. I already bought gifts for your son. We're not gonna open presents without him opening presents. And so until I was ready to kind of stand on my own 2 feet, I had people standing for me. And that's really special. I do remember the wooden cube that they came in and sliding the drawer open. I remember running my fingers over the top of the box and even feeling the insert or the logo of Parting Stone. I remember reading the letter that described how the level of care and attention that this individual person and team put into the process. I remember laying out all of the stones and just looking at the different, I don't want to say the word imperfection, but unique tendencies of each stone. And her family and I, we each selected stones that either meant something to us or just we felt connected to. It was very tangible and it was interconnected. There was a degree of honoring her there, and there was an individualistic connection that happened. And it really became this beautiful thing that we each were able to get what we needed at that point in time and carry her with us moving forward in a very unique way. The idea that there's not another stone that embodies her, I think is special and beautiful. Not only did it mean a lot for those of us that are still here remembering her, but I think she would have been happy with the idea that she never wanted to be forgotten, and she hasn't been.